Chris Watkin here, joined by Russell Quirk. Russell, talk to me about Strike, the free estate agent. Is it a sensible approach to marketing an estate agency? Talk to me.
No, it's not. Look, it's one thing, and look, people will shout hypocrite at me, but look, we're a long time on for when I started eMove, 2009, so we're 13 years on, right? And as I've said in a previous video, you know, there's a lot of learnings and experiences, a lot of water under the bridge since then. It's one thing trying to commoditize the estate agency sector, which the online guys did. And I'll be really clear, it was all about a check, by the way. People realise that, right? It wasn't that it was my religion to try and talk fees down. It was about building a business and either selling it or listing it so that I got a check for the benefit of my legacy, my wife and kids, right? I'm completely unashamed about that. And it'll be the same for anybody else, really, that starts a business. It's about that, right? It's about the ka-ching. So you know, I was this passionate advocate of democratizing estate agency and making it cheaper. That didn't work and won't work, as we talked about in another video. But it's one thing bringing fees down to a level that you believe are more manageable and attractive to consumers. Big difference between that and going free. Now, there are a couple of big problems with being free. One is that, of course, financially, it's not sustainable or viable. And I think, look, if we're talking about Strike in particular, and why they changed their name from House Simple to Strike, I don't know. I mean, Strike to me has all sorts of kind of Arthur Scargill, horrible, negative connotations. I think it's a terrible, terrible brand name. You know, something you can really kind of, you know, mock. I think if I were given such leeway. But anyway, let's not go there. Now, you know, so it's. If you look at their accounts, I think they lost again. What did they lose? Another 3 or 4 million quid last year. The business is not sustainable from a profitability perspective. Gone are the days back 5, 6, 7 years ago where the likes of Deliveroo, WeWork, Uber, and therefore Purple Bricks and potentially eMove and others could have had an exit, whether it be stock market or a trade sale, and not be profitable, right? Those days are gone, right? You have to have a profitable business. So Charles Dunstan and whoever else is throwing money at that business are completely and utterly deluded if they think it's ever going to make any money on a sustainable basis and there's ever going to be an exit. So there's a sustainability, there's a viability issue. But the other issue is, you know, we talked in another video about online agents and their market share. What you don't do, if I'm right, and who knows, I perhaps might not be, but if I'm right that customers view something that's too cheap with suspicion, guess what they view with even more suspicion? Something that's free.
Is anything free in this world?
Well, that's the implication, isn't it? That you're coming to get me with something. And of course, with Strike, they've been very clear. The model is, let's earn money from conveyancing and mortgage referrals. Well, unless you're telling people that they have to have the mortgage and the conveyancing through you as a business, which of course is illegal, then you're not really in control of that. You can be good at selling, but I suspect their conversion rate is something between 10 and 20%. So it won't be great, and I don't think it will be enough to make that business ever profitable, particularly at scale, particularly when they're spending money on TV and Google ads and so on. So I think it's a ridiculous model, a ridiculous proposition, and actually, and look, I can't believe I'm saying this, but again, with the benefit of hindsight, it demeans the estate agency sector. It demeans estate agents, because one thing being £1,000 up front, eMove, you know, House Network, Purple Bricks, it's quite another to say that their service isn't worth anything. That's what they're saying to the consumer. Our service is worth sod all, so therefore we're free. The other problem they're going to have, Chris, is, and I hope they realise this, is that the government for the last 2 years have been talking about banning referral fees. So if you sit on the home buying and selling group like I do, that conversation is had by government, the old MHCLG, the Department for Levelling Up as it is now. They are talking very seriously about cutting the legs away from agents that take mortgage and conveyancing referral commission. What is Strike going to do then? They are done, dead. I mean, anyway, let alone if that happens. So I don't know if I've made it clear enough, really, Chris, but I don't think there's a lot of hope for Strike.
Sam, if you are watching this and you want the reply back to Russell, give me a shout, and I'd love sit on the Watkins sofa and give you a right to reply. Thank you for your time today.
My pleasure.